Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the thing that could be causing your brain fog, your fatigue, and maybe even your constipation. Hi, I'm Desiree, and I'm here to share my intentional journey of non-toxic living, motherhood, being a newlywed, striving for minimalist living as a previous/current clutterbug, and growing my faith with all of you in hopes of helping each other grow on the Unprocessed Momma Intentional Lifestyle Podcast. Okay, so we're talking about your liver today. And I do want to start this off by sharing that I'm not a doctor. I just want to share this all for educational purposes. It's some stuff that I've been researching and looking into, and honestly, the liver fascinates me. So I also want to say, look up for what things are pregnancy and breastfeeding safe if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. I'm currently breastfeeding, so that is stuff that I'm looking into now, and I will share another episode soon, so that'll be on that topic of like pregnancy and breastfeeding safe foods and herbs that support the liver. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to hear that in the near future. Let's go ahead and hop right in. So the reason why our liver struggles is because of toxins. And it's one of those things that we don't see exactly, and so we don't realize they're there. But signs that your liver could be struggling, so things that you could actually pay attention to, like physical things to pay attention to, would be 1, fatigue, 2, brain fog, and 3, constipation. If you guys have any or all of those things, then your liver might need a little loving, whether it's just some support or a cleanse. It is definitely something to give a try because the liver is one of our main organs, and there's so many toxins out there, you guys. It's ridiculous, and I understand that it can be overwhelming at times, but I want to share these helpful tips so that you can overcome that overwhelm, because it does not have to be that way. You can support your body well. God has given us all that we need, and this is just gonna share some light on that, you guys. Like, it's just gonna share the fact that there are things here that God has given us, and we just have to look for them a little bit. So toxins in our environment can include, environmental toxins like, gas from our cars and the crap that they spray into the air with airplanes, and just many other things. But some even, I guess, more adjustable toxins that are in our lives to look at would be processed foods, sugars, unhealthy fats, medications, and even stress. All these things have negative side effects on our body. So it's something to just think about, and I'll do episodes on those topics in the future too, because those are some big things that I look at when it comes to my health, and I think it's really good to pay attention to those things because they're just so major in our lives. So let's go ahead and move forward to the good stuff. So I'm going to start with herbs, and some of these things will kind of be repeated because they kind of go hand in hand. But here are some common herbs that help with cleansing and or supporting your liver. Green tea is one. Green tea is just so simple and great to have in the morning, and I just really enjoy green tea. I am a tea drinker, so green tea is just a go-to. Milk thistle, which is another tea that is actually great for breastfeeding. Turmeric, which I use that spice in everything, honestly. My potato stir fries, any stir fry, some pasta dishes, and just seasoning our tacos, like so many things. I want to actually get more of the actual like fresh root though, just because I think it's good to have on hand, which brings us to ginger root. I don't go through ginger root quick enough. I will sometimes chop it up and put it in my tea or my water for the day, kind of like, infused tea or water. And sometimes I grate it and put it in our dishes, like stir fries and stuff. But I notice using what I'm going to use and then freezing the rest is really helpful for storing it. You can just take it out of the freezer and grate it on your cheese grater, like the side that's very like scratchy, and that just works wonders for keeping it long lasting. Licorice root is another one. There's some Chinese herbs, which Chinese medicine is very interesting. But there's danshen, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. That is DANSHEN, danshen. And then there's also ginkgo biloba. That's GINKGO BILOBA. And a more common one you guys might have heard of is astragalus. I actually have a elderberry syrup mixture that I have bought online. I think it's like Noel's Naturals, something like that. And it has astragalus in it also because eating things together can support you absorbing the items better. For example, turmeric is absorbed in our bodies better if you pair it with black pepper. So just an interesting side note. Another item or food item, herb item is garlic, which garlic, I know some people don't really like garlic breath. I don't mind garlic breath. Like, brush your teeth afterwards if you do, but I love the smell of garlic, so I go heavy on the garlic, guys. Another is digestive bitters, and some common ways to get this in your food would be going for leafy greens like arugula, endive, dandelion greens, that common outside weed that we all have in our yards. Yeah, go and dig that up, get the root, get the leaves. The leaves can be used on salads. The leaves can be used in tea. You can dry it out, put it in tea. And the root can also be used in tea, and it's actually commonly used for a coffee, what's the word? When you're like, replacement. There we go. A coffee replacement. So dandelion greens is a great one. And I actually have some outside that I'm going to go and harvest this week. Hold me to that, guys. Citrus peels are another, which you can zest them. After you put some lemon in your water, zest the peel and put it in, your lunch or a meal that day, or dry it out and save it. Another one is cacao, which is the true form of like chocolate. You want something that is typically 75% or higher in cacao to get the health benefits, because they're tricky and they'll say cacao on stuff and really it's only like 25% cacao, and then the rest is like milk chocolate that is just created in a lab. So just make sure you get 75% or higher. And when you're having like the cacao, I've heard it's not good to add too much sweetener to it, because that bitter kind of taste that we get from eating those things is exactly a part of the process working in our bodies. The saliva, it takes note of things like, for example, when breastfeeding, when your baby is nursing, your body actually adjusts based on the baby's needs, based on their saliva. It'll be, more water content in your breast milk or more fatty content in your breast milk. So just fascinating the way that God created us. Another is turmeric here. That is also a bitter. Green tea is also a bitter. And if you're looking for more of like a quick kind of fix to where you can get that in your diet on a regular basis and you don't eat these other things as much, then there is a product called Swedish Bitters by Gaia Herbs that has been recommended, and I'm actually going to look into giving that a try. And that covers our digestive bitter section. Moving on to just like foods, they would be avocado. So like your healthy fats in general will really help with supporting and cleansing the liver. Citrus is here again. Lemon, lime, grapefruit are the most common ones that have like the most benefits. Walnuts, some more healthy fats would be olive oil, hemp oil, flaxseed oil, which flaxseed oil is really great in general for like things just flowing smoothly through your body. It's great for, gut health as well. Leafy greens are here. Spinach, kale, mustard, collards, lettuces. All those are great. One I don't use as common, but beets. And beets can be added in the smoothies. You can blend them, like dry them and blend them, and actually like add it to things such as like water later on. And I didn't look this up, but that might even be considered a digestive bitter because it has that bitter taste, Something to look into there. Another, this is more, not exactly food, but apple cider vinegar comes from food, So apple cider vinegar is another great one. If I have a stomach ache, I will go and get some apple cider vinegar and some water and a probiotic, which those are my last two recommendations actually. Drinking water, like a good amount, not necessarily 8, honestly. When I am not pregnant or breastfeeding, 10 cups is what I aim for. When I am pregnant or breastfeeding, I aim for 12. And I notice a big difference in, regularity in going to the bathroom and just, that feeling when your mouth is dry or your lips are dry or your hands, and energy, you guys. So water is very important. And having a good quality probiotic that is high in I believe it's the CFU count is the term, and is a wide variety of different strains. That's the best way to find a good quality probiotic. So for herbs, you guys can check out like Mountain Rose herbs. I've heard great things about, and I usually get mine through Amazon. I think it's like Star West Botanicals and Davidson's bulk tea herbs, stuff like that. I've also bought them from health food stores. You can look around locally. So those are some things to help you guys support and cleanse your liver, to help just your body function better and feel better. The liver is very important in this, and I hope that this has helped you guys. I will link below the sources that I used, and you guys can check that out if you guys want to, and if you want to hear more, be sure to subscribe. Have a blessed week.